Hey guys, I talked about making a base for my Blood Raven's chaplain, and I kind of wanted to show you guys the process, at least as I understand it. So basically you'll need a 40mm square base, a 40mm round base, some glue, some green stuff. You may need a X-Acto or hobby knife, a file, and the most important for me is a razor saw, available at most hobby shops. This one's an X-Acto. I can't remember the exact name. Anyway, it's I think it's a fine razor saw, but I think any one of those will work. I think in a pinch you could probably use a hacksaw, but I wouldn't really want to, not with my fingers anyway. But basically that's pretty much all you'll need. So just to kind of look at it, here's the standard cavalry base, which is what comes with most of the bikes. In my opinion, it's pretty useless. The bike just barely fits on it, and it doesn't give you any room to really do anything cool with it. In comparison, this pill-shaped box, or pill-shaped base, gives you a lot more room to work with for the bike. Let's see if I can bring that closer. Whoops. But anyway, as you can see, lots more space, so you can do a little bit more of a narrative with your base. So anyway, first step, so we'll just clear away space here to work. Alright, so you want to find the center of your circle, or circular base, and I usually use the remainder of, I don't know if you can see that, there's a little tab there that comes on the base when you get it, and I'll usually use that to mark one side and then kind of eyeball it. Really, it doesn't have to be perfect, but you want to ideally get it as even as possible. And I'm cutting on a self-healing mat. It's just Fisker's hobby mat, craft mat. Using this razor saw, you really want to make sure you're not cutting on, your desk or a table or something that is going to show the damage. Your mom's coffee table, kitchen table, might not make it too popular. Alright, and as you can see, it's pretty quick. It cuts right through it, and there you have your two halves. So basically then you just, okay, so at this point you just fit the pieces together, dry fit them, make sure everything lines up. And what I do from this point is I actually cut off the beveled edge of the square base where I'm going to be gluing the half of the round base. So Okay, and there we have it. Okay, so once we have that, the square base has been cut, the round base has been cut. We're basically going to dry fit them, and it looks pretty good to me. Okay, so then basically you're going to want to glue pieces along the top and along the sides, and then you're going to want to apply green stuff to any place basically where they don't match up well, where you don't feel that your basing material will cover. So on the sides you'll need to clean it up a bit depending on how well you line it up when you glue it. So I'm going to take a break, get some stuff ready, and I'll be back. Okay guys, I'm back. Adding the glue. Okay. So there we have it, it's glued. And it's relatively straight. I think there's going to be a little gap there. Well, I shouldn't say gap, I should say it's going to be like a little raised area where the saw kind of pushed some material out. So once the glue sets, what I'll do is take the file and I'll file down any areas that stick up. And at that point, if I'm still not happy with it, we'll break out the old green stuff and clean up some of the gaps. Alright guys, we'll be back when this dries.